Good morning. I'm very pleased to manage this session, how to maximize synergy with Picomto and Technisys. Beforehand, I would like just to give you an introduction, some element on Atos and Atos on the innovation, and tell you that Atos is organized by vertical, and we are providing end-to-end solution to our customer, global solution. And for that, innovation is absolutely key. Innovation is the heart of the strategy of Atos, is our DNA. It's the heart of the strategy because as a service company, we are spending 300 million a year in R&D. This is not usual for a service company. And we are doing that for high-performance computing, quantum computing, cybersecurity. And we believe that in the future, with the development of IoT, process and secure will be everywhere. And this is why we are developing our own technology in order to provide end-to-end solutions. So we have, as a company, more than 5,000 patents, and it's absolutely a key part of the strategy. On top of that, we have open innovation, and the open innovation, we are working as well with a number of strategic partners, starting with Siemens. We are forming with Siemens a strategic alliance, one leader in OT, one leader in IT to provide in the Industry 4.0 the best of the breed of the technology, and we are also developing solutions around IoT. We are with Siemens providing, they have their own operating system, MindSphere, providing with their edge server, intelligent edge data center in collaboration with Rital and Siemens. Google is another example where with Google we form this strategic partnership to develop specific elements on cloud, on cybersecurity, on artificial intelligence. So that's the type of partnership and innovation we are doing with this partner. And of course, startups are absolutely key in our strategy in order to provide the core element for the solution and the level of innovation for our customer. In Viva Tech, we are welcoming more than 30 startups in four corners: fintech, tech for good, cyber security and defense, and Industry 4.0. And based on that, I would like to start the first question to Emmanuel, first to introduce yourself and just telling more what is doing Picomto.
Thank you, Philippe. So my name is Emmanuel Toulis. I'm the CEO of Picomto. Mainly, our solution is in the Industry 4.0 is there to connect the human on the production line to the information system. So we are digitalizing all the paper that are on the line. So for example, the main point is digital work instruction and all the forms that you have to fill in order to send the information back to the ERP, for example. So we propose to our customer to centralize all the data and to give the right information at the right time to the operators in order to make all the operation and to send back all the information that they need to the central system.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Frederico, you can introduce yourself as well.
Hi, my name is Frederico. Actually, I'm managing business development in Europe for Technisys. Technisys is a born company in Argentina, and we have just raised $500 million funding for investment C. So, and actually nowadays we are turning to Europe. Actually, what we deliver, so we deliver core banking systems and also digital omni-channel systems to the banks. So we are pretty focused in the banking industry. So we have an open API architecture that actually can help us to plug in to any other systems.
Thank you. So perhaps, Emmanuel, at the time you are providing specific solution for Industry 4.0, I think it will be interesting for the audience to understand what is the core value and the core element you are providing to your customer with Picomto solution.
Yes, The first one around digital work instruction is to be sure that you give the right information and updated information. Usually today, all our customers are using Microsoft Office to do work instruction, and after that they put it directly online on paper or in PDF. With our solution, it's the complete solution from the creation to the analyze of the results of how the consumption of the document is in your plants. We have the complete solution. So you can create and share all the work instruction inside the solution. You can explain how to do all the tasks inside your plant and take back the comments and all that you need, for example, for traceability or to have action plan inside your system. So it's very important because today it's done on paper, it's very difficult to have the information, and it's very difficult for you to have at the same place the information from the machine and the information from the operator.
Frederico, same question.
Okay. So actually in Technisys, our value, actually we are delivering either a new digital bank from scratch, so we can actually revamp and actually send to the market a new digital bank with our platform. So, and actually we can also help established banks to have a new layer, a new digital layer to expose their services. So mainly everyone knows that the nice thing that actually the industry is, on the banking industry is trying to catch is in user experience. So we are in deep on that, so we are helping our customers to have a nicer and cleaner user experience that actually is going to grab more and more customers in the end. So we can help either established banks or we can help new digital banks.
So, Federico, you are just mentioning user experience, and I think it's absolutely a key value that your company are providing to our customer. As Atos, as a system integrator, we are providing a full end-to-end solution, and the customer experience, user experience is absolutely key. Human is at the center of the solution we are providing. Technology is nice, but at the end, the most important is the element of the user. By the way, the raison d'être of Atos is to empower the human through innovation and breakthrough technology for growing, prospering, safe, secure, and sustainable environment. So we believe that the human is really at the center of the element. And so what I think it will be interesting to understand is, from your perspective, working with a large system integrator like Atos, complex organization, sometimes not easy to work with, but we are both working and deploying a number of projects together. How do you perceive the collaboration? What is today the value you get from working with large organizations like Atos, and how it's benefit at the end for the customer?
Yeah, I think that the main benefit is both for our company and for the final customer. Because our customers are big groups. We speak about SKF, for example, but we have a lot of different groups in the aeronautics or in the pharmaceutical industry. And when we need to deploy our solution in, for example, in 10 factories or in 10 plants in different countries at the same time, it's quite difficult for a small company like us. So the first thing is that we have a lot of different competence in several countries with Atos, and they have a process because they know our solution in detail, and they can quickly arrive in several places at the same time to deploy the solution. So this will help us to find a customer and to secure the customer about the industrial process. And it's more easy and quick to deploy our solution. This is the first point. The second point is that you have a lot of different competence around you. And so when we want to think global for a customer, it's very important to add different competence. Because if we take in the Industry 4.0 all the problems separately, it's not the good way, and it's not the way to go, because you have a global problematic and you want to save problems. And if you see globally the problem with different type of solution together, it's easier and the return on investment is maximized. And with Atos, we have access to other startups and technology from Atos. And globally, when we put all of this together, it helps the customer to reach their goals.
Frederico?
So I have the same feeling. Actually, as you probably know, Atos is a global company. For us, it's a great partner. Like actually, they know the business, the financial business, the banking industry. As you probably also know, so because we are a company based in the US, so we will actually need help from Atos to get into new markets. So for us, it's impossible to actually scale. So Atos can help us during all the process. So on the sales cycle, on the implementation cycle, and more important for me, it's everything that is around the support cycle also. So as Emmanuel was saying, because they have different competencies in different levels, actually Atos can deliver end-to-end experience to the end user, so the end customer. So they can support systems, they can support Technisys, they can support IoT, they can support all the stack, okay? That's mainly that. I'm more than happy to be a partner of Atos, and I think that actually we can jointly do great things in Europe.
And just perhaps to add one element here is, in both cases, in the banking system and Industry 1, we were able to really demonstrate a real end-to-end solution. So it was not a piece of the solution, but really the end-to-end. And we are absolutely in the process to start the rollout. The POC pilot phase now are behind us in some case. And because of this collaboration, the rollout is able to start, the industrialization is start, and the acceleration is able to start. And based on the acceleration, I just want to ask you a question, because we are here in Viva Tech. There will be perhaps some startup in the room, and both of you have raised some funding. In the case of Technisys, 50 million just recently. You Picamto 2 million. And so what is today your advice to move to this level for the other startup? Because I think you went to the different process. Other question is, what is today the core benefit for your actual customer? Because for sure today the funding will help you to accelerate the deployment, but as well, I believe, perhaps some benefit for your customer. Emmanuel?
Firstly, the main interest of this funding for our customer is to accelerate, because we have a global solution that is shared in different type of industry, as I told you, but we have to make specific developments or to be very near the needs of our customer. If I take, for example, the pharmaceutical industry, we need to be compatible with GMP and FDA, and this is quite a big work. And there is some other needs in the aeronautics, for example, with some very specific pictograms, template, and so on. So with this funding, we can have all this development at the same time and be ready quickly in several systems. So this is mainly what the funding is. It's a chance for our customer, because we can go quick, and on our subject we have to be quick.
So the first question is, for me, is always the same. So like you, so we have the money now. We want to invest. So the first stage of investment is going to invest more on the platform. So having more features on the product, actually. And then the second one is turning global. So the idea behind that is actually with the funding we can go from the US and South and North America market to European market. My advice to people actually are trying to grab money or investment for their firms. Young people, old people actually have their industry. So I think that you should be focused and bringing value to the market. Think bold and global, okay? And the second one is don't be focused on the money. Actually, be focused on your customer. So you have to deliver good experience, because who's going to sell in the future new projects for you is going to be your customer. And if you do that, probably when you think in 2 or 3 years time, you will be receiving money for Series A, Series B, and Series C, okay?
I think it's very important because €1 of turnover is more important compared to €1 of funding. So go directly to the product. And this is important to collaborate with company with Atos. They need a product that can be industrialized quickly. So not an idea or not a proof of concept. They need a product that they can help you to industrialize the product, but you need to have quite a strong product. And this is very important. And be focused on your customer needs and don't be focused about Series A or Series B. This is the main point for startup. The quickest the product is strong, is ready, the quickest, and it will be to grow.
Actually, I have one thing that I have on my mind, that actually everyone is turning platform. So everything is platformized, okay? So people have to act rapidly. So for instance, in the banking industry, on your industry, so if you have a platform, you can go from that point to the other point. So you can add value on top of the platform. It's going to be easier, it's going to be fast, it's going to be lean for your customer to achieve the new objectives that I have. So they can be starting competing quite fast enough.
Thank you. So perhaps I will take a few questions from the audience. I will start with one, which is how you, with Picomto solution, react without connectivity in the plant, and do you have an offline mode? Perhaps, Emmanuel, before you respond to that, I just want to add one element, which is we just announced during Viva Tech the first edge server. I was just mentioning that Atos is investing in high-performance computing, but the edge capability, we believe, will be absolutely a key element. Thierry Breton on stage yesterday just explained that 80% of the data are today managed in the data center cloud capability, 20% everything else, everywhere else. And in the next 5 years, it will be the opposite. The IoT capability, the explosion of the data, most of the data will not manage in the cloud element, and for that, edge will be key. So today, already, we have some solution, and hopefully we will make sure that this solution will make happen for this type of question.
Yes, today we need to have offline mode. So we have an offline mode because all the plants are not connected or fully connected, and you have some area where you don't have connection. But this is one point interesting with Atos. The edge computing is one solution. We know that the future will be to be connected in the real time because we have to give information in real time to the operator. So for example, when he has a work instruction, he has to know instantly if he has the stock, for example, or the right tools and so on. And we have to send back the information at the real time too. And with the offline mode, it's not possible. So we need to improve the capability of the network inside the plants, and edge computing is the solution today, and we are working closely on this subject to go from offline mode to fully connection in the plant.
We believe that really will be one of the key levers. I was mentioning the intelligent edge data center, so not only we can provide the compute power, but the entire infrastructure in the plant for offline element, but also for security component, real-time ability, and cost element, because you are managing your cost from A to Z. So, second question for you, Frederico, which is, isn't it risky to develop open API and artificial intelligence in the highly regulated financial sector?
So that's a pretty good question. So as you probably understand, everyone is looking for open APIs. Everyone is looking for AI on the financial sector. Actually, we are living in a world that actually everything should be connected. Even if we have a regulation, things will have to happen. So for instance, we have some projects, for instance, in Latin America, that we are integrating the Technisys platform, for instance, with the retailers. And the retailer is the one that actually is pushing the new debit and credit cards. So I think that in different countries, for instance, in Europe, we have now PSD2. Everyone is looking for PSD2. There will be regulation around, but things will be going smoothly, but things will be evolving all the time. And I believe in the future, everything will be connected. So retailers, banks, factories, everything will be open, and the information will be flowing. But of course, someone is going to be controlling all the flow, all the flows, the many flows.
Thank you, Federico. One of the other questions is how to prevent cybersecurity risk in the manufacturing industry as more and more objects are being connected to the internet. Emmanuel, just to give you the Atos view before that you give yours, we believe that cybersecurity is absolutely key. And I would say that cybersecurity is embedded by design in all our solutions. So in the manufacturing arena, we are working closely with, for example, Siemens to make sure that they have the cybersecurity component directly on the hardware side, but everything which is going to the IT workflow today, that's the job of Atos to make sure that we are putting all the different elements. And we are today not only doing some predictive cybersecurity attack, but prescriptive one. Perhaps you don't know Atos is managing the entire Olympics game in terms of logistics. And so that's the perfect, I would say, showcase for us to demonstrate our capability in cybersecurity. During the last Rio Games, we got 400 events per second. And so that's clearly to just understand the level of attack we are facing on the daily basis for such event, but for sure manufacturing will be one. And so it's absolutely key to anticipate that and to make sure that cybersecurity will be embedded in most of the solution.
Yeah, for example, in the pharmaceutical industry, we have work instruction. So in the work instruction, you have some medicine receipts that it's very high level of value. So we need to have a very high level of security. We have two different types of installation, full SaaS, so our own server, or directly on-premise to our customer. This is globally a very good point. We discussed about this a few seconds ago. Usually, sometimes the reflex of the customer is to say, "Okay, I will put the system on my own server because the security will be higher." But it's not. Usually, it's not the case. It's not because the server is on your plan that the level of security is higher. So you have to think globally. And now you have some full SaaS solution with a high level of security, and through our partner Atos, with the edge and with the SaaS and with the gestion of the server, we can achieve a very high level of security outside the plant.
Emmanuel, Frederico, thank you so much for your participation.
Merci.
And I will close the session right now. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Atos. So we're going to be taking a quick break now for lunch, but come back and join us at 2 p.m. this afternoon. We're going to be hearing from L'Oréal, Google, Amazon Web Services, and Microsoft, to name just a few. So until then, bon appétit and see you.